My class 4 students of Central Modern School, Moral Science. Good evening. This video is being made in the evening, so I am saying good evening. Please do look at the video and listen to everything that is said, because it's all for your benefit. Moral science is a topic that teaches us values in life. Without values and without following those values, we are zero. Now, if you want to remain zero, that is your choice. But I want to teach you how not to be zero. So, previously, we spoke on chapter 1, the thrifty tailor. Thrifty means someone who is careful with his money and his things. So the tailor was very careful, and I spoke to you about that. Be careful, don't waste. Learn to use things, reuse them, but don't waste. Okay, some of us waste a lot of things. I also do it. We're all in the habit of wasting, but we have to be reminded not to waste. Then we went on to chapter 2 about the broken cup, and that story taught you to be honest. And honesty is the best policy in life. Be honest in everything you do. We are in need of honest people here. And one day you will grow up and you will be honest, and you will lead this country to greater heights. Honesty is required. So with that, we went on to chapter 3 about Buzz learning a lesson. Now Buzz didn't listen, so he fell into problems. Now if you don't want to fall into problems, you must listen to elders, your parents, your teachers, your siblings. Siblings mean your brothers, your sisters, if you have. If you don't have, then you have no choice but to listen to your parents. And siblings, brothers and sisters, play a very important role in your life. They're older than you, they'll give you good advice, and always remember to analyze the advice that you are given. Sit and think, I did this, I did that. This is the advice given. Is it right or wrong? Consult somebody else and make sure that you make the right decision. So that's what life is all about. So with a brief recap means a revision on what we have done so far. We're coming to chapter 4 in your book, Life Lessons, class 4. If all of you are the same children who are in class 3 and in my moral science classes, you will know me very well, because I'm a very honest person, and I believe that my students should be honest. I come to school on time. In fact, I'm there before time. I make sure I'm there by 7. Sometimes the traffic is a little too much and I'm there by 7:05. I see some of you, even the moral science students, standing in line for being late. Now that is not good. Coming late to school is not good. You must learn one thing in life. You come 1 minute early, but don't come 1 minute late. It shows a lot on your character. Like it does with this story, on time. It's about a boy. His name is Bhupin. Very good student, good in sports, good in studies, a polite boy, worked very hard. But what was his main problem? His main problem was that he didn't know time. He couldn't keep to time. He was late. If he was asked to submit a project, he was late, so he missed out. If he was trying to get into the football team, he was late. He was not selected. You see, if he had to come to school, he missed the bus. Then he had to trouble his parents. His father had to bring him to school, and he was always late. So what is the use of being a good student and hardworking and polite if you can't be on time? Who suffers in the end? You. So I tell all of you, in assembly also I say it, try and come 1 minute early, but don't come 1 minute late. One minute late puts you in trouble. Now, how many of you read? I don't want to read to you. We are not parrots here. You are in class 4. I'm explaining this story is about this boy Bhupin, who was hardworking, polite, a good student, a good sportsman, but his only problem was that he was almost always late. And because of being late, he got a bad name. And because of being late, he missed out on many things. Now, if you read the story slowly and carefully, you will know exactly what happens to him. So therefore, I want you to take out your book, open the pages now as you listen to me and read. He missed out on getting selected for the football team because he was late. He missed out on getting his project for the science approved because he was late. He missed out on many things. His father was upset with him and advised him to get up early. So one day the father told him, listen, tomorrow you got this thing to do at school. I'm not going to wake you up. You better get up on your own. So he told his father, no, don't worry. I will wake up early. What happens when the alarm rings and you are sleeping? You get up and you put your hand like this and you press one button. When you press that button, what happens? The alarm goes off. Now believe me, I have done the same thing. We're all human. We've all done the same thing. And the second time he goes back to sleep, he sleeps longer for another hour. And suddenly he gets up and finds that he is late. He rushes to the bus stop to find the school bus has left without him. They are not going to wait for you. There is a time you should be at the bus stand. If you're not there, they'll carry you on. So he rushes back to his father, and his father knew that he would not make it. But this was a lesson the father wanted to teach him. So he did not make it. And he went with his father to school late. And what did he miss? He missed the selection for getting into the school football team. And when you are kids like you, all of you like to play football or hockey or badminton, whatever. But to make the school team is a big honor, not only for you but for your parents. And he missed out on that. And when he went, he found that he didn't do his homework, and his homework was always delayed. So you start getting a bad name. And then he also didn't submit his science project. He forgot about it. So he missed out on getting selected for the science exhibition. So with that, the story actually teaches you, all of you, and your parents as well. Some parents are also very late. I see everything happening in school itself, and I know it. They don't care. Parents you also have to take the responsibility of making sure your son or your daughter is on time. 1 minute early, I always say that, but not 1 minute late. And you have to guide your children. These stories come and these stories go. It's like throwing water on a duck's back. This is a famous English expression. I don't know if you'll understand what I'm saying. Throwing water on a duck's back. Find out. It is your job as parents. This is what you should teach your children, that time management is very important in life. Because when your children learn time management, they will get into government offices and they will go to work on time. Presently what we see, offices open at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, government offices, the staff are walking in at 10 o'clock. You see, and that affects the progress of the country. So teach your children what is good and what is required to make everything work smoothly. With that, I instruct you, I tell you now, take out your moral science book, read the chapter which is on page 13. It's called On Time. It's about a boy called Bhupin and about his life in school and about how, although he was good in studies, he was good at games and he was polite and hardworking, he had one bad point, and that was he could not keep time. He was always late, and that made him suffer in many areas. So you read the story on your own, and now that I've explained, you try to understand the story. Remember, I told you, don't wait for someone to put the spoon in your mouth with the food. Those days are over. You have to learn to do it yourself. What is the meaning of a word called punctuality? It's written in punctuality. Means you should try to be on time. Punctual. Be on time. Don't be late. Punctual. As we say, come, as I say, not we, I say, make sure you come 1 minute late, not 1 minute late. Make sure you come 1 minute early, but not 1 minute late. Sometimes, due to various reasons, we all get late. Even I get late. But it's not done intentionally. Things happen while we are traveling and we get late. That is a different issue. But to come late every day and to neglect your own lifestyle is not right. So this is for your good. Read the pages on page 13 and 14, and there is a part, let us understand, on page 14 with a pencil, page 14 and 15. You can write answers with a pencil. The first one is given Bhupin's good qualities. What are his good qualities? Write it there with pencil. There are 2 points given, you write it down. Then what was Bhupin's problems? Write it down. What did Bhupin miss out when he started coming late? What Bhupin missed out on because of his problem? What was his problem? His problem was he was always late. What did the people around him, his friends, his parents, think about him or feel about him? What do you think? So I want you to do the exercises given on page 14 and 15 in the textbook. Nowhere else. In the textbook, use a pencil. Now why do I say use a pencil? So that if it's wrong, you can always use an eraser, rub it off and redo it with the correct. So with that, class 4 moral science students of Central Modern School, I hope you're safe and sound. You're following all the instructions we give you, not only reading but following it, and that you are wearing a mask when you go out, that you are using sanitizers for your hands, and that you are not going into crowded places without a mask. The situation is very bad. As you know, we are all waiting for school to open, and it can only open when the situation is good. So I wish you, your parents, your siblings, other family members who live with you, all the best during this hard time. And with that, I sign off and hope that this video has an impact on your life. Bye.